Hi everyone. Yes, we're gonna start out like this because that's what I need. Some neck rolls and some stretching. Mm. Stretch it out. Work it out. Stretch it out. Oh. It feels so good. Hugs to start our day. And one more. And a little dancing. Oh, I wish I could just do this all day. Maybe one day I'll be able to. Anyway, how are you all? Oh, it's so beautiful here, but it is freezing. Beautiful and freezing. Crisp. All right. We'll turn this down a bit. So, as normal, we'll start out with our reading. Conversations from Meditations from Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch. So, yes, I did decide that we're going to do every other day. So, I think we'll just do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I will be sure to be posting on our Facebook and our regular channel on the other days with a little inspiration. So, I would love if you guys would help post some things on the days that I'm not doing a video. Maybe some of you could do one on our channel. I would love to hear from more caregivers and care receivers because you're the ones who are teaching us, right? Oh, Latija. I don't know why this is taking so long today. This is how my week has been, though. Let me just tell you. It's like the universe is saying, learn. There's all these opportunities for you to learn. Look at all these little things that we just have to chip away with and get you centered to know how to walk through this new adventure of yours because, you know, you have to be prepared. So I'm just in preparation for what's going to happen. So I've been told. So today is October 17th. When you're watching it will probably be later, so don't know if the date matters much. You are a threefold being. You consist of a body, mind, and spirit. You could also call these the physical, the non-physical, and the metaphysical. This is the Holy Trinity, and it has been called by many names. So we're going to talk a little bit about metaphysics today because the MECA grid is done, and I just have a couple of updates to make, but they should be done by the time that you can watch this. So we can start really taking a look at what the MECA Maslow is and how it can help you. There's many different ways that we are going to be able to use the MECA Maslow. So I would suggest not only you using it, but you could use it with your family members too, because we'll be able to get to some underlying issues or obstacles or challenges that you may have together through the MECA Maslow. But I really wish that I knew how to do a split screen, so I'm working on that. This is all like a new education for me, so I really appreciate those of you who are learning with me and, you know, giving me a leeway to get used to this. If I would have known this is how it would be this year, I would have been practicing. I would have been doing something to get ready for all of this, but I didn't know that this was the way that it was going to happen. So, like I said, I'm just going with the flow. But let me tell you this, though. I have done so much work. I've done a lot of work that will come through as MECA grows. Some of the things designed in MECA, well, it takes a whole community. So little by little, starting with the caregivers and care receivers first, then we can all decide together who stays and who goes for resources, because you're in control now. So I'm just a conduit. You guys are all going to be the ones who are helping me to facilitate what you need. So I'm just sitting here as your servant. So let's go over the MECA Maslow grid quick. If you can pull it up yourselves or print it out, that would be awesome. Yeah, I think we're going to have it so like the first so many members get it for free. So if you have it pulled up now, we'll go over. If you know anything about the Maslow hierarchy, basically Maslow designed the Maslow hierarchy as a way to understand human motivation and behavior patterns. Although I have also aligned the MECA Maslow with some other theories that really weren't having anything to do with each other, but ended up overlapping. So we will be using both through my algorithms, putting them together. So some of the things that are in these can be in multiple grid lines. You'll be able to see. And I have changed some of the Maslow, like well, I broke up a couple things and I added the communication. So it resembles similarly to the chakra system. And I didn't put in the last level on the bottom, the supportive level, which is pain versus pleasure. So that's how we all work. Obviously, we're not going to seek out pain. We're going to seek out pleasure. And so that's kind of the whole foundation of the MECA Maslow, is that when we identify what our likes, dislikes, strengths, and challenges are, we can align ourselves with more pleasure and less pain, or at least being able to put the right supports in place for us and those that we love in order to make those challenges a little easier on each of us and to be able to focus more on our strengths. So if you go to the physiological needs, we're going to define each one of these separately, but not today. We're just going to go over them really quick. Physiology. So this is our fight or flight response. It's really what we do to stay alive. So those are all supporting everything else that comes on top of it. And this theory can be used in so many different ways, whether it's with your employees or whether it's within your family, to understand everybody's habits and what they need so that they can progress up the next level. Although, just so you know, there is not really a level. I mean, it's designed this way so that we can clearly see and identify what we likes, dislikes, and strengths and challenges. So we go into the physiology, breathing, respiratory, food and essential nutrients. And as you can see when we're going through this, some of these things, whether they're for you or your care receiver, it kind of lays out like, I would say a consumer support plan, person-centered directed plan, but it would be easier if we all could use the same layout and understand what that means. And then later on we'll have pictures in the app that goes with it, but you know, it all takes time. So you're breathing, so you can say here, let's say breathing if what you like and dislike. So if you, let's say you have anxiety and you have tightness around your chest, that could be a dislike. And let's say you are really into breathing techniques and it really helps you to be able to relax. You use it as a tool for being at center. That could be, you know, one of the things that is your strength. So if you need any, I do know, if you need any assistance in breathing, such as a respirator, a nebulizer, so I'll go through and make another slide so that you can definitely put in there. Well, they'll have 4 columns. This is what I'm supposed to be doing today. 4 columns so that you can check off like or dislike, and your strengths. You'll have a space to write your strength, and weaknesses. You can also include any of the apparatuses you might use or methods you might use to help you. And then as you can see underneath there are specific questions to help kind of point us in the right direction. Later we'll use those for determining our passion, goals, and desires and gifts. So we're not going to go through every single one like that, okay? I was just giving you for instance. So it's breathing, respiratory, food, and essential nutrients. Essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals, fish oil, things like that. H2O and hydration. And within each one of these, we are looking for resources so that we can get better definitions than mine, but we're going to start with mine until we do. Sleep, homeostasis and balance, excretion, habitat. And habitat for this one really just means that you have one. It doesn't have to mean that it's exactly where you want to be, but that can still be within your strengths or challenges. If it's a challenge, it might be somewhere you don't want to be. So that would be something we want to work on. And then we'll provide you with the resources to do that. And we'd have several different options. Of what I have cleared out is more like, well, we'd have one option of, let's say, a real estate agent that deals with single family or townhomes, that kind of deal. Maybe another agent that is only dealing in rental property, somebody in assisted living, and on and on. So we'll have different resources there that are experts, so you can ask your questions and get more resources from them. And hopefully then they'll go ahead and join the actual grid. So they'll be easier to find because you'll just be able to click. Gender, pronouns, identity, I do exist, and sexuality. So wait a second. Yeah. And then the next row up. So once, let's say all of those, you have some of them that are filled in, some of them that aren't. That's good. I mean, you can still keep progressing up. Like I said, it's not like you can't move up the ladder if not all of the boxes are filled out or they're perfect. You will always be able to come back down and find things that aren't working once you are going up the ladder. So don't pay any attention to how many boxes are or are not filled out. We'll tackle them one at a time. And safety and security, security of body, mind, and health, employment, resources, protection, safety, financial insurance, direct care, morality, what is right and wrong, universally accepted. So universally acceptable kind of social behavior, family safety and security, reproduction, adoption, foster group, shelter, and property safety. So that's once you're in your home, making sure you're safe in your home. Structure, daily living. And then we're on to self-love and sense of belonging. Self-care, healthy boundaries. And healthy boundaries is a great one. I took a lot of time with defining healthy boundaries, and I think sometimes we might define them but not always follow them. So when we're answering that question, do you have healthy boundaries? It will be more of a two-sided question. Do you have healthy boundaries, and are you practicing? Forgiveness, empathy, acceptance and personal power, passion and achievement, motivation, family building, community building. And then we go up to my favorite row, esteem. And I do have to say, the reason it's my favorite row is because I've, struggled with it. Finding it here. So instead of out there. So like I said, it doesn't matter today or ever, really. I want everybody's support. I wish for everybody's support. And for, people to understand what I'm doing. But to be honest, like, I love it so much that I look at it as a third party perspective. Like, when I'm designing this, what does it look like? Every intricate detail of the business plan or of any of our pitch decks or whatever you want to call them, it's like me in it. So it's my favorite thing to do. And I just want to be able to do it forever. But I do hope people get to use them because it's really fun, like creating them. But I want people to use them as much as I've been able to use these theories and have them help me. That would be awesome. But it's enough for me if it just helps me. So, esteem, I definitely found my esteem through this process because I had to be my own cheerleader, my own superhero, or whatever you want to call it. I had to believe in my work. So, esteem, radical self-love, that's what I do. That's my thing. Obviously, I'm going to also help with educating for caregivers, educating more on radical self-love, but also educating the public as to what an amazing job you all are doing, and educating the public on every nuance there is having to do with our industry. in a way that people can understand. So let's go back. Esteem, radical self-love, the compassionate heart, higher esteem, not based on outside oneself. That really unique individual, confidence, achievement, respect for others, respect from others, higher education, gratitude. So we'll go through these esteem. There's higher esteem and then there's lower esteem. So we'll go through the definitions of those carefully so that you all can get a better idea of what that is. Speaking one's truth for communication. Sorry, we're on the communication one. Speaking one's truth, listening deeply to others, understanding, gratitude, sense of sound, music, sense of perception, expressed emotions, creativity, advocacy for self. And then we go up to self-actualization, where we have acceptance of facts, non-attachment to outcome of events, morality, universal truth, lack of prejudice, spontaneous and adventurous, problem-solving solutionist, guided by intuition, self-knowing, personal fulfillment, ability to view work in third person, intellect, education, skills, creativity. So that's more of like where you're falling in love with the process and the process of the work, not the achievement of the work. Okay, and finally, self-transcendence. Realization of interconnectedness of all things, pure consciousness, the true you, the being, higher self, wisdom, understanding, using one's gifts and passions to support others, advocacy for others, liberation from limiting patterns of beliefs, I am present, accepting all that is as perfect. So that is that. Yeah, so what we're going to do is go through each one of the grid segments, and we'll discuss what that looks like. And obviously, we're all not going to have the same idea. For some of them, with cultural influences and whatnot. So I will at times be requesting your help for different definitions for yourselves and those that you love. So yes. I also really quick wanted to read for you a part of the MECA business plan. So, yes, this is the beginning of the business plan, although because we've made changes, how we're going about getting there is a little different. So, but we'll go over this bit by bit. I think I'm going to pause it here and then you can watch the video for the MECA because this one's more, yeah. So really quick, I just want to say thank you again. Thank you so much for everything you are doing to help support us here at MECA, the Goddess of Radical Self-Love and the Conscious Queen. I hope you're joining me for the book reading, The Snake That Never Sheds, and I hope that you are following along and able to write your own as well. So today, with it being so crisp and clean, I just wanted to take the time to have us all do a breathing exercise and cleanse quick to connect with our higher self and those that we love on a level that is unconditional and accepting with no judgment, and the realization that all is perfect and as it should be. So with that said, I'm going to do another stretch. And inhale, pull it down to my heart center. Reach down and pull up the energy from Gaia. Oh, all my caregivers, thank you so much. Thank you for being there for us every day. Thank you for being there for our friends, our families, everybody that has been supported by each and every one of you. Sends a million blessings and all the love and support that you need to give yourself exactly what you deserve. So what will that be today? What can you give yourself? A walk, a hug, a balanced energy zone, a little reading time, a little snuggling with your kids time, or with your lover time. Just take some time for yourself, whatever that may be. So thank you again. Thank you for everything you do for us every day. We love you. Bye.